Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different, and we're going to look at how you can get H3 MiniMax running on your local GPU with as little as 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Keep in mind that at that point you are going to have limitations, but it is technically possible. So if you've been wondering whether you can run MiniMax on your machine or you're trying to figure out how to do it, then this is the video for you. We're going to start by going over what are some of the limitations and things that you can do at lower GPUs like 8 gigabytes, as well as throw up some examples of what that footage looks like. If you're interested in only a particular configuration, use the chapters down below to get to the section that matters to you. I'll also be throwing up model names and any special commands that you need on screen. So if anything doesn't match with what I'm saying, rely with what's on screen because that's given me time to double check everything. And without further ado, let's dive into how you can get MiniMax running with 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Now, I'm going to be totally honest and say that you probably need at least 12 gigabytes of VRAM to have any kind of a positive experience. You can get away with video generation at 8 gigs, but you're going to be limited primarily to using text to video and probably not more than 5 to 10 seconds of general output. There are a few tricks and things that you can do to try and improve it, which we'll go over in just a moment. Now, the first and most important thing you're going to need with a GPU that has 6 to 8 gigabytes of VRAM is you definitely, absolutely need to make up for that VRAM with regular RAM. You shouldn't be trying to run this model if you have anything less than 24 gigs of RAM. 32 is preferred. And definitely don't try and run this on a laptop GPU with 6 to 8 gigs of VRAM. There have been cases that I've seen online where the GPU has just burnt out. So make sure you have a desktop version and you've got at least 24 to 32 gigs of RAM. Assuming you have that hardware, the next thing you're going to want to do is use these sets of models that I'm throwing up over here. You can go ahead and use the default MiniMax ComfyUI workflow. Just make sure that you're using the pruned int4 convert model. And in this case, you can use text to video, and from what I've read online, the first frame to last frame workflow. Both of those should work. Likewise, make sure that your text encoder is also the int4 convert and that you're using a Turbo LoRA. The 600-step prune ComfyUI one works well here. You also need to make sure that you're using SageAttention. You can have this either in your ComfyUI environment or you can patch it in with the Keygi nodes. If you don't know what any of that means, I've linked a couple of videos down below to help explain what some of these things are and how to use them in ComfyUI. Now, once you've got that set up to get the best results, I suggest using either the Euler sampler or the SDE sampler combined with the beta scheduler. And again, if anything from here deviates from the vanilla ComfyUI workflow, it'll be linked down below in the description. Now, up to this point, that will get you about 5 seconds of generation. However, if you want to go longer, you can actually change the number of frames per second that you're generating. And you can drop down the 24 to 12 or even 6, although I think at 6 frames it will look too much like a stop motion video. I would suggest not going below 12, and that will extend the length of the video, which means that you're getting 12 frames per second. So if at 24 frames per second you were getting 5 seconds, at 12 frames you'll get about 10 seconds. You can then use some interpolation nodes to dynamically generate the missing frames and bring back some of that smoothness. And for that, the VHS node works very well. I'll leave a link down below for a workflow with those settings and parameters already in there, so you can just plug and play. Now, if you're operating with 12 gigs of VRAM, things start to open up quite a lot. You technically get access to the full suite of models. You can generally generate with relative freedom. Just make sure that you're using these models over here, which should be the int8 convert for the MiniMax checkpoint combined with the int for text encoder. This is an upgrade from the 6 to 8 gigabyte version where we were using the int4 MiniMax model. Here we're upgrading to the int8, which generally gets you better resolution, better understanding, and so on. Likewise, you want to make sure you're using SageAttention. And while at this stage you can use GGUF models, they have been causing memory leaks and generally had stability issues with lower VRAM. So at this point, I would generally avoid them and just stick to the int checkpoints. At this VRAM level, you're generally going to still have to make some compromises in your workflows, as a full 15-second generation can take as long as 40 minutes. So what you want to be doing is you want to try and work by generating drafts first at lower resolution, around 0.2 to 0.4, and set your steps at around 8 to 13. Use this to fine-tune your prompts and your general story. And once you're happy with everything, crank everything up to the resolution that you want. I believe that you can go as high as 1 on your resolution setting, bump up your steps to 20 to 32. Once you do this, like I said, your generation will take about 40 minutes and you don't want to be using that to figure out what's going on. There is also one additional thing that you can do at the draft stage, and you can use the Blete video decode node. That's such a mouthful. And that again will just help you draft a little bit faster. Make sure you switch back to the vanilla VE when you're ready to produce your final video. The other really important thing that you want to be doing at 12 gigabytes of VRAM and even the 24 gigabytes of VRAM, which we'll get into in just a minute, is make sure you launch ComfyUI with this flag. It should say something like pinned VRAM. This is really important. Otherwise, you will run into out-of-memory issues. Now, if we're talking about the 24 gigs of VRAM with your 3090s, 4090s, and so on, you can once again probably get away with upgrading your text encoder from int4 to int8, and make sure that you're using the pinned memory flag I told you earlier. Again, I'll throw it up right here so you can have a look at it, and that will make sure that you don't have any out-of-memory issues. I've had no problems generating stuff with my 3090. It has been absolutely great. I'll throw up a couple of clips over here for you guys to have a look at. And I've been generating my drafts at around 0.3, 0.4, and I can comfortably generate at 1 full resolution. And that's pretty much it. If you've been struggling with running this on lower VRAMs, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And please do consider supporting me over on Patreon. It massively helps me out. And your contributions help me make more videos like this. Although this is a local video generation video, if you are looking for a cloud platform for AI image and video generation, please do also check out KaijuGen. It's my own image and video generation platform. I've chalked it out with a whole bunch of features, and we're just launching a video editor and a character creator. So please do consider checking it out, as using that also directly supports this channel. Finally, if you want to see the creations that I'm doing or talk more about AI, please do consider coming by our Discord or following me over on Instagram, where I try and post the things that I come up with, like some of the stuff that you might have seen on this video over here. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.